Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As the title says, we're going to be installing some LED light bulbs today on my Sienna. Right now the Sienna has got some LED turn signals from Morimoto. I haven't been really happy with the output of those, especially during the day. So I've been working with Auxito and they sent me some replacement turn signals for the front and the rear. The front they sent me is actually a switchback, even though the Sienna SE doesn't use the switchback function. And the rear one's just an amber one that's direct replacement for the OEM. So stay tuned for the install. So you can see the switchbacks right here, they have two different LEDs in them, a white and an amber. And then the rear ones are just all amber. And they come with resistors too. You're gonna need the resistors, especially on the 15 and up Siennas. The 15 and up Siennas are controlled by the body control unit, so you have to have resistors when you put LED turn signals. The earlier versions of Siennas, you could change the relay out to one of the LED flasher relays, and that should take care of the hyper blinking. They only sent me two. I'm gonna need 4 for this car, but luckily I had already installed resistors last time I did this project with the old LEDs. For the resistors, you basically install those parallel to the existing turn signal circuit. You just tap the wires on either side of the turn signal and it gives it a resistance. The LEDs don't hyper flash. The one disadvantage of putting resistors in, your indicator that tells you when your turn signals are out no longer works. Auxito also sent me these 9006 fog light bulbs for my IS300 Sport Cross. I'll be doing a later video installing these when I do a refurbishment of my fog lights on that car. So on the Sienna SE, the turn signal is right on the inside here. That's different than the LE and the XLE where they're on the outside over here. So on this one, it actually has a socket for a dual filament bulb, even though we only use one of the filaments for this car. So right now, I actually have white turn signals on here with the Morimoto ones. I think I really want to go back to the amber just because it's much more visible, especially during the day. Right now, here's what the rear turn signals look like at night. They are nice and bright at night, but during the day with the LEDs and how directional they are, it's much harder to see. With the incandescent, it actually uses the reflector inside to make the light brighter, but with the LED, it's much more direct and that reflector doesn't really work as well. Hopefully with these new LEDs, with the omnidirectional and the projector rear directional, that it'll be much brighter. So on the Sienna SE, getting to the front turn signal is very easy. It's right here in the engine bay. So here's the plug for it. What you do is just twist it and just pull the bulb out. It's pretty easy. Pull the bulb out and replace it right there. As you can see, previously I had put the resistor right here on the harness. I taped it up and hid it so it looks like it's part of the OEM harness, but it's right here behind this tape. So now that we got the bulb out, we'll just go ahead and just pull the old one out, stick the new one in. Hopefully it's the right direction. If it's not, then you just flip it around if it's the wrong way. But it pops right in there. You just stick it right back in the hole. Just twist lock it. If you wanted to use the dual filament to have like a daytime running light, there is the middle pin right here. If you get a wire and a pin that goes into there and just run it as a daytime running light. You can see the side-by-side differences between the clear and the amber. As far as in real life, the amber does look more bright because of the way the projector is compared to the Morimoto. The Morimoto is white, so right now in the dark it looks brighter, but I think during the day the amber one's gonna look much better and it's actually OEM. Right now we'll do the same on the driver's side where the battery's at. Just twist off, pull it out. Take out the new bulb, the old bulb, put in the new one. Lock it in, test it, and it should be good. You see my old Morimotos, after about 3 or 4 years of use, the lenses have turned like an amber color, and then you can see the LEDs on here are just straightforward. There's really zero side distribution other than the way this lens is and that little drill down the middle to diffuse it. It doesn't have much side to side or horizontal coverage for the LED light. So here's the view from the side of these. You can see the LEDs reflecting and using that reflector inside the turn signal housing, which helps distribute the light better and gives you coverage from side to side versus just from the front. Here's the top-down coverage. You can see it's reflecting off the housing from the top going up. To change the rear signals, it's a little bit more complicated than the front. You actually have to pull out the whole tail light to get to the light bulb here, which is the easiest way, just to take apart these two 10mm here and just slide the tail light right out. Other than that, trying to access it from this side is a big pain in the ass. So to start, just take off these two 10mm. Once you have those two off, you just grab the side here and just pull it straight back. You maybe want to wiggle it a little bit and it slides right out there. So you see the tail light has two harness plugs right there that plugs in for the tail light and the turn signal. Just undo those, take the tail light off, and then just work with it off the car. Good opportunity to clean all this dirty crap that's built up over the years behind here too. As far as the resistor install for the rear, as you can see here, I did a quick tap into the non-white and black wire, which on this case is just the yellow wire. And I actually mounted and grounded the resistor on the metal on the back side here. When I originally did the install, I actually had to take all this apart back here to access the panel over here. And there was a screw and a grounding point back there where I was able to put that resistor. Super clean, and a rag. Just spray it down and clean all this crap up. The beauty of this is it's a foaming aerosol, so you just get it in there, let it sit for a second, and then just wipe it all down. Backside, just twist this off, pull it out, just change your bulb just like we did the front. Snap the new one in. Be good there. Look how fresh and clean this area is after we cleaned it with that super clean. So what we want to do is snap these in, slide this to the side, and make sure you clip into this little round clip over here first, and everything else should go right in. Right there. Get your screws in. Just hand thread these on first before you turn them with a ratchet or a drill. You don't want to strip anything. Just impact lightly. Test to see the comparison right now. Before we're going to turn them on, you could already see all the images of the LED reflection in the reflector inside there. Look at all those different LED images. So obviously this is going to be much brighter than those Morimotos that only had one rear direction. So you can see with these on, you can see all the different reflections and refractions that those different LEDs going in every direction has on that internal reflector of the tail light. When you go head on in the rear, you see that projector and the LED going straight back. So that thing is a much brighter, especially in person when you're looking at all those things versus a Morimoto. Look on this side, you can see the Morimoto is just bright right on that diffuser and that lens, and then the reflection is just reflecting whatever's coming off that mirror. There's really no direct LED reflection off those internals, so during the day it's not as bright. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in all the way to the end of this video on installing the new turn signals on my Sienna. If you guys are interested in the same products I use, check out Audio's website down in the description below. Remember guys, for all these different car projects, whether it's on the Sienna, on the Lexus ISs, in the garage, or on the house, if I can do it, you guys can do it. If you haven't subscribed to your channel already, go ahead and subscribe to your channel to stay on top of all my different videos. Turn on bell notifications so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.